7 most trusted Porsche models worth buying after warranty, 2025. I almost bought a 911 with a ticking time bomb. Clean Carfax. Perfect paint. Dealers swore it was the best one they'd ever seen, but the pre-purchase inspection found it. IMS bearing on borrowed time. Metallic debris in the oil. One more track day and that engine would have grenaded. $15,000 repair on a car I hadn't even bought yet. Today, I'm showing you the 7 Porsches you can trust after warranty and the 5 that'll destroy your bank account. Engine codes, real longevity data, the exact years that won't leave you stranded. Let's get into it. Here's what makes a Porsche trusted after warranty and why these rules matter more than the badge on the hood. Rule 1. Engine families matter more than model years. Mezger engine? You're golden. M96 with no IMS fix? You're gambling with your retirement fund. The Mezger was designed for 24-hour endurance racing, gear-driven intermediate shaft, dry sump lubrication, forged internals. The M96 was designed to be cheaper. That's the difference between 300,000 miles and a $15,000 engine replacement at 60,000. Rule 2. Proven longevity over 100,000 miles with no chronic design flaws. We're talking engines that routinely hit 200,000, 300,000, even 500,000. Not it might make it if you baby it. No IMS bearing failures, no bore scoring, no plastic coolant pipes that turn into grenades. Rule 3. Parts availability and strong resale. You need to fix it without waiting 6 months for parts from Germany. And when you sell, you shouldn't lose 50% in 3 years. Rule 4. Pre-purchase inspection by a Porsche specialist, not your buddy's shop. A specialist who knows these engines, bore scope, DME, over rev report, oil analysis, the works. Quick note, I know some of you want to see the 987 Boxster or Cayman. They can be reliable with documented IM retrofits and clean bore scopes. But for trusted after warranty, we're prioritizing lowest systemic risk. Stick to these rules and you'll avoid the horror stories. Number 7. 2017 to 2019 911 Carrera 991.2. The reliability king. Starting around 80,000 to 100,000 used. We're starting strong. The 991.2 Carrera was named most reliable German car of the past decade by Wolfpen's analysis, beating BMW, Audi, Mercedes, and even other Porsches. This is the 911 that finally solved the reliability problems. Under that iconic rear-engine lid sits the MA1 twin-turbo flat 6. No IMS bearing risk, no bore-scoring drama, minimal electronics failures. This is the 911 you can actually daily drive without a backup car. Power, 370 horsepower in the base Carrera, 420 in the Carrera S. The S will hit 60 in 3.9 seconds and pull all the way to 191 miles per hour. That's supercar performance with Honda Accord reliability. Drive feel? The steering is precise and communicative. The chassis is balanced and confidence-inspiring. The turbos deliver power so smoothly, you'd swear it was naturally aspirated. The PDK shifts in 200 milliseconds, quicker than a Formula One car from 10 years ago. The ride quality is surprisingly comfortable. You can drive this across the country without hating your life. The seats are supportive, the cabin is quiet at highway speeds, and the tech actually works. Did you know? Buy one today for $85,000. Drive it 5 years and 50,000 miles, and you might only lose $10,000 to $15,000. Compare that to a BMW M4, you'll lose $30,000 to $40,000 in the same time frame. The catch? Get a DME over rev report to check for abuse. Keep fluids on schedule. Oil every 7,500 miles. Transmission every 60,000. Brake fluid every 2 years. Owner testimonial. My 2018 Carrera has 112,000 miles. 0 major repairs. Just oil, brakes, and tires. Best car I've ever owned. David, Colorado JD Power, 85 out of 100. NHTSA complaints 12, 991.2 owners. What's your mileage and biggest repair? Drop it below. Think the 991.2 is impressive? The next car has an engine that routinely sees 300,000 miles, and it's from 2001. Number 6, 2001 to 2005 911 Turbo 996 Turbo Mezger. The tank. starting around $70,000 to $90,000 used. This is the Porsche that mechanics call the tank. The 996 Turbo doesn't just avoid the IMS bearing problem, it has a completely different engine. The Mezger M 96.703.6-liter twin-turbo flat-six is race-bred, dry-sump architecture with a gear-driven intermediate shaft. No IMS bearing failure mode. Engines routinely see 200,000, 250,000, even 300,000 miles with basic maintenance, oil changes, coolant flushes, transmission services. Power? 420 horsepower, 415 pound-feet of torque. It'll hit 60 in 3.7 seconds and scream to 190 miles per hour. The turbos are sequential, zero lag, just relentless acceleration. Drive feel? Raw, mechanical, and utterly addictive. The steering is hydraulic. You feel every pebble, every camber change. The all-wheel drive is rear-biased, so it feels like a 911 should. And that turbo whoosh, pure music. Did you know? The 996 Turbo shares its engine architecture with the GT3 race car in GT2. It was designed to survive professional racing, not just weekend canyon runs. The catch? Pin and weld the coolant lines, $500 to $800 preventative fix. Watch for turbo oil leaks around 100,000 miles. Budget $3,000 to $5,000 for rebuilds if they haven't been done. Inspect for rust in salted regions, rear fenders, and battery tray. Buyer checklist. Verify coolant line updates, inspect turbos for leaks, check for rust, confirm maintenance records, get a PPI with bore scope. Owner testimonial. My 2002 996 Turbo has 287,000 miles. Original engine. Turbos rebuilt at 180,000. Never left me stranded. Jake. Texas reliability. 88 out of 100. 996 Turbo owners. Post your mileage and turbo rebuild costs. I want to see 300K plus examples. The 996 Turbo is a modern legend, but the next car is the one purists call the last real 911. Number 5. 1994 to 1998 911 Carrera 993 M64 air-cooled. The last real 911, starting around 60,000 to 120,000 plus used. The 993 is the final air-cooled 911. No IMS bearing, no plastic coolant pipes, no water pumps, no drama. Just a simple, overbuilt, air-cooled flat six that'll run for 300,000, 400,000, even 500,000 miles. Under that ducktail sits the M64 3.6-liter flat six, 282 horsepower, 250 pound-feet of torque. It'll hit 60 in 5.3 seconds and cruise to 168 miles per hour. Drive feel? The steering is hydraulic and full of feedback. The chassis is playful and balanced. And that air-cooled flat six sound? There's nothing else like it. Mechanical, raw, visceral. The manual transmission is a joy. Short throws, precise gates, easy clutch. This is a car that makes you a better driver. Did you know? The 993 was the last Porsche designed without computer modeling. Every line was drawn by hand. That's why it still looks perfect 30 years later. And values have tripled in 10 years. A $40,000 car in 2015 is now worth $120,000 plus. The catch? Typical air-cooled maintenance. Valve cover leaks, valve guide wear, secondary air injection cleaning. Budget for a top-end refresh around 100,000 to 150,000 miles. $5,000 to $8,000 for valve guides, seals, and gaskets. Rust is the real enemy. Check battery tray, floor pans, and suspension towers. A rusty 993 is a money pit. Buyer checklist. Verify maintenance records, inspect for oil leaks, check for rust, confirm head sealing updates. Get a PPI from an air-cooled specialist. Owner testimonial. Bought my 1995 993 in 2010 for $35,000. Now worth $95,000. Never left me stranded. 80,000 miles in 15 years. The 993 is the classic, but the next car literally saved Porsche from bankruptcy, and it's shockingly reliable. Number 4. 2008 to 2010 Cayenne V6 VR6 Mule, the workhorse. starting around $8,000 to $15,000 used. The 2008 to 2010 Cayenne V6 is the workhorse that mechanics actually recommend. Cheapest long-term Porsche ownership with real utility. Under the hood sits the VW EA 393.6-liter VR6. Chain-driven, robust, simple. This engine routinely hits 200,000 plus miles with basic care. Oil changes, coolant flushes, transmission services. Power? 290 horsepower, 273 pound-feet. It'll hit 60 in 7.6 seconds, top out at 130 miles per hour, and tow 7,700 pounds. Drive feel? Surprisingly good. The steering is direct. The chassis is planted. The ride is comfortable. The brakes are strong. Porsche brakes, even on the base Cayenne, are better than most sports cars. Did you know? Cayenne sales saved Porsche from bankruptcy in 2004. Enthusiasts hated it, but it funded the 997 Cayman and every modern Porsche you love. Without the Cayenne, there would be no 991.2 Carrera. The catch? Common cheap fixes, PCV valve, $150 to $300, coolant reservoir, $100 to $200, thermostat, $200 to $400, coil packs, $50 to $100 each. Service the transfer case around 60,000 miles. $300 to $500 service saves a $2,000 replacement. Avoid early V8 models, 2003 to 2006. With bore scoring and plastic coolant pipes, stick to the V6. Buyer checklist, verify V6 engine, check transfer case service, inspect coolant pipes, confirm PCV valve replacement, get a PPI, reliability, 82 out of 100. Annual maintenance, around $1,200 to $1,500. Cayenne V6 owners, mileage and biggest repair? Let's prove the haters wrong. Still here? Drop a fire emoji if you've driven a Mesger-powered Porsche. I want to know what it felt like. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that button. Number 3, 2009 to 2012 911 Carrera S. 997.2 MA1 DFI. The last analog hero, starting around $55,000 to $70,000 used. Manuals $80,000 to $95,000 plus. The 997.2 Carrera S is the sweet spot. First Carrera with the MA1 direct injection engine. No IMS risk, but it still has hydraulic steering and that analog feel. The MA1 3.8-liter naturally aspirated flat 6 pumps out 385 horsepower. It'll hit 60 in 4.3 seconds with PDK or 4.5 with manual and scream to 188 miles per hour. That flat 6 wail at 7,500 RPM? Pure symphony. Drive feel? Hydraulic steering with full feedback. Balanced, playful chassis. The engine loves to rev. The manual is one of the best ever made. Short throws, precise gates. Manual cars are holding value better. Clean examples pushing $95,000 plus. The catch? Rare cylinder scoring reports on early May 1 engines. Get a PPI with bore scope. Check PASM dampers. They wear around 80,000 to 100,000 miles. $1,500 to $2,500 per corner. Budget for clutch if manual with high miles. $2,500 to $3,500. Buyer checklist, DME over rev report. Bore scope cylinders. Check PASM function. Verify maintenance records. Budget for clutch. Reliability, 87 out of 100. 997.2 owners. Manual or PDK? Highest redline pull? Drop it below. The 997.2 is the analog hero, but the next two are the modern Porsches you can actually afford to daily. One's under $50,000. Number 2, 2019 718 Cayman/2027 18 Boxster base, the modern daily, starting around $44,000 to $45,000 used. The 718 Cayman and Boxster are modern mid-engine Porsches that won't bankrupt you. Strong reliability, daily livability, perfect mid-engine balance. Behind the seats sits a 2.0-liter turbocharged flat 4, 300 horsepower, 280 pound-feet. The Cayman hits 60 in 4.9 seconds. Boxster in 4.7. Top speed 170 miles per hour. Drive feel? Electric steering that still communicates. Perfectly balanced chassis, 45-55 weight distribution means beautiful rotation. Strong brakes, light, responsive front end. This is a mid-engine car that rewards precision. The catch? Minor turbo lag in base engine. Cargo split between front and rear bin. Four-cylinder doesn't sound as good as the flat six. More muted, less exotic. But it's more efficient, reliable, and cheaper to maintain. Buyer checklist. Verify maintenance records. Check for turbo or engine codes. Inspect tires for uneven wear. Test PDK shifts. Get a PPI. Reliability. Cayman 90 out of 100. Boxster 88 out of 100. Annual maintenance. Around $1,100 to $1,200. 718 owners, Cayman or Boxster? Miss the flat six sound? Drop your take. The 718 is the sports car, but number one is the Porsche you can trust with your family. Number 1. 2018 Porsche Macan, base or V6. The safe daily, starting around $20,000 to $25,000 used for base, $30,000 to $40,000 for V6. The number 1 spot goes to the 2018 Macan, the safe Porsche daily. Reliability score 87 out of 100. A WD standard. Strong resale. This is the Porsche you can trust for family, commute, and weekend adventures. Base gets a 2.0-liter turbo 4-cylinder with 252 horsepower. Macan S gets a 3.0-liter turbo V6 with 348 horsepower. Base hits 60 in 6.3 seconds, tops out at 142 miles per hour. S does it in 5.1, hits 156 miles per hour. Drive feel? This drives like a Porsche, not an SUV. Precise steering, balanced chassis, firm but comfortable ride. You can carve corners in this thing. Strong brakes, rear-biased AWD, fast PDK shifts. Cargo, 17.7 cubic feet behind rear seats, 53 with seats folded. Enough for groceries, luggage, sports equipment. The catch? Replace brakes around $30,000 if driven hard. $800 to $1,200 for front pads and rotors. Get full electronic scan during PPI. Buyer checklist. Verify maintenance records. Scan electronics. Check brake thickness. Inspect tires. Test AWD functions. Get a PPI. Reliability, 87 out of 100. Annual maintenance, around $1,200. Macan owners, mileage and biggest repair? Would you buy another? One of these Avoid models has a 40% IMS bearing failure rate on certain years. If you own one, you need to hear this. 5 Porsche models you need to avoid, and why? Avoid number 5. 2003 to 2006, Cayenne V6 M48/M48.5. Locasil bore scoring, $8,000 to $12,000 engine replacements. Plastic coolant pipes fail catastrophically. Airmatic collapses, $4,000 to $6,000 all 4 corners. Avoid entirely. Stick to 2008 plus V6. Avoid number 4, 1997 to 2008 M96/M97. Flat 6, 986/996/early 997. IMS bearing roulette, 8 to 10% failure rates, some years higher. Bore scoring on 3.6 liter and 3.8 liter. Budget $15,000 to $20,000 for engine rebuild or replacement. Only consider with documented IMS retrofit and clean bore scope. Otherwise, walk. Avoid number 3, 2014 991.1 GT 3, early production. Fire recall flat 6. Connecting rod failures caused fires. Ensure factory engine replacement with later G codes and recall completion. Warranty expiring. If not done, you're on the hook. Only buy with documented engine replacement. Avoid number 2, 2005 to 2008, Cayman S/Boxster S, 987.1 M97. IMS bearing risk plus bore scoring on 3.4 liter. Beautiful cars, ticking time bomb engines without fixes. Only with IMS retrofit proof and clean bore scope. Otherwise, wait for 987.2, 2009 plus. Avoid number 1. 2002 to 2005 911 Carrera 996.2 M96 worst of both worlds. IMS risk and bore scoring. The 996 Turbo is bulletproof, but base Carrera? Walk away unless you have $15,000 to $20,000 engine rebuild budget. Avoid entirely unless screaming deal with $20,000 rebuild budget. Otherwise, get 996 Turbo. Inspection cheat sheet. Your pre-purchase inspection checklist. This saves you from $20,000 mistakes. 1. Verify engine code. Mesger, MA1, M64, VR6 equals green, M96, M97 without IMS fix equals red. 2. DME over rev report. Over revs in ranges 4 to 6 are red flags. Walk from multiple range 5 to 6 over revs. 3. Bore scope inspection. Look for cylinder scoring, carbon buildup, unusual wear. Clean bore scope equals best insurance. Scoring equals walk away. 4. Service records. Oil every 7,500 miles. Transmission every 60,000. Coolant every 4 years. Brake fluid every 2 years. No records. Walk. 5. Specialist PPI. Budget $300 to $500 for thorough PPI with bore scope, DME, compression, leak down. Best $500 you'll spend. Follow this. Avoid the horror stories. Here's the recap. Screenshot this. Avoid 2003 to 2006 Cayenne V6 M96/M97, 1997 to 2008, 2014 991.1 GT3 early, 987.1 Cayman S/Boxster S, 996.2 Carrera. Buy 991.2 Carrera, 996 Turbo Mesger, 993 Carrera, Cayenne V6, 2008 to 2010, 997.2 Carrera S, 718 Cayman Boxster, 2018 Macan. Trusted means confidence you won't regret in 5 years. Stick to the right engine codes, get specialist inspection with bore scope and DME, verify service records. Don't skip the PPI. Best $500 you'll spend. Now audit me. 991.2 Carrera versus BMW M3 F80 for 200,000 miles. Who wins and why? Drop your miles, engine code, total repair spend. Best documented case gets pinned and featured next video. Second question for Porsche owners. Highest mileage Porsche and biggest single repair? I want 300,000 plus examples. Prove me right or wrong. If this saved you one bad buy, smash that like and subscribe. Next video, Porsche models to buy new in 2025 and the ones that'll lose 50% in 3 years. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.